Hey, lad.
Hey, lad.
How you doing?
Good.
That's good.
It's a nice eerie setting. Nice, yeah.
It's a bit spooky, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, through that camera that's currently filming this, it looks nothing like what we're experiencing right now.
But,
I reckon it looks even spookier.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It looks cursed.
A grainy mess right
Cursed
now.
at best.
It's cursed, but it's fine. Month 2 of the Brother Pete monthly saga, as we were just discussing, is going to be the scuffedest of all of them.
Well, this is for our YouTube premium subscribers who can lock their screen while they listen to podcasts.
Yeah, 100%. It's certainly not for the people that wanted to watch a nice video.
Yeah,
That's for fucking sure. Neither was the music video that I dropped this month, and that's ironic.
Yeah,
isn't
look, if you're here for nice videos, you're in the
it?
right
Fuck
spot.
off. You might as well leave now.
Just leave.
We reckon you're a dog anyway.
Collectively. We do.
What's the word for it? Is that a... Yeah. It's a pack of dogs.
Campfire.
Campfire is the word. That's the word of the month.
Yep.
What's the number?
7.
2.
It's always 7.
7.
That was my goal every day.
I'll go with 7. That was your goal every day in sales.
Yeah.
We're going straight to sales.
We can.
Fuck yeah, lad. Sales. Why 7?
7, particularly, I actually had a bit of a weird superstition. 7 was a lucky number. Like, I played rugby league as a kid, and I was a halfback. So halfback wears the number 7.
Yeah.
So 7 pretty quickly.
Wait, on every team, halfback
Yeah.
wears number 7?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, all of the positions are numbered in rugby league. So,
Okay.
like, number 2 and 5 both play wing. 3 and 4 both play centre. 6
Yeah.
and 7 play halfback and 5'8". 10 and 8 both play front row. 11 and 12 play second row. 13 is lock. 9 is hooker. Scrum.
Okay. Do you know why?
It's just easier to identify them on the field, I think.
Okay.
Like, if someone comes off the bench, they might be wearing 17 and
Yep.
they'll fill in whatever position.
Yep,
But
yep.
the starting side, the 1 through 13, is numbered to fucking so people know what position they're playing before they even know who they are.
Oh, fair income. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting. I feel like last night would have been a good one to get on a podcast, you know?
Yeah, probably.
But
Even some of fucking today, mate.
yeah. You're right, actually.
Yeah.
Anything except now.
Anything other than now.
Yeah, anything before this conversation was good.
Yes.
Yeah, promise it.
You guys are getting the scraps, unfortunately. Bottom of the barrel shit right here.
If you deserve more, you get more, though.
Yes. If you're here and you're listening, you deserve it.
Yeah. I mean, if you've made it in this far, you're probably right with what's going on right now.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah.
You've got to at least probably either know or just be morbidly or otherwise entertained.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're about the tap dons, you're a mad cunt, but you're not expecting too much of the video side or the professionality or the... That's not even a word,
If you're expecting it to be serious, you'd be shit out of like, I have so much dirt under my nails right now.
That's hectic. Good
Yeah.
thing you're fucking not a hectic nail biter like I am.
I am.
Yeah?
That's what makes it hectic. I'm trying not to since getting fucking
It's a
3
filthy
infected
fucking
fingers
habit.
a week, though.
It's a filthy habit, people. I haven't had nails
filthy
past my
habit.
fingertips since ever.
Yours are like... Let's actually get into your nails, lad, because that's a whole debacle. Like, what the fuck? They're inverted, bro. They're not part... That's not past your fingertips.
Yeah, I'm
They're like
pretty sure
inverted.
I've actually fucked the nerves at the ends of all of my fingertips.
Yeah, well, I can't see the nerves. All I know is your fingers are growing around the nail because
Yeah.
they've been down there for so long.
Yep. That's anxiety, mate. That's what it'll do.
Fuck yeah, lad.
Yep.
I mean...
Isn't it weird how anxious a lot of artists are, but they act confident as fuck on stage? This persona is just like, holy fuck, I wish I had that confidence. But you meet them in person and they're just a blubbering mess of anxiety.
It is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess everything
Pretty
in
common.
fucking reality is not what it seems, though, isn't it?
No, yeah, like social media in general, we're seeing little snippets of the best 10%, but...
But I think even like beyond like social media aside, just as part of reality, it just doesn't seem to be what it seems. Whether you take anyone's personality, it's usually, I feel like the thing that's like mirrored out is that it's a mirror of whatever's on the inside.
Yeah, I guess so. Or a mirror of whatever they think is the best parts of their inside. It's, yeah, like it's all bullshit, ladies and gentlemen.
89.3% bullshit.
Yeah, not all.
Yeah.
There's 10.7% that's not.
Yeah, that was quick math.
It wasn't that
Fucking quicker than I could have. I'm still trying to work it out. You already said it. Yeah, it's interesting. I guess it's something we've been talking about over the last couple of days, even and weeks, of just like the real cunts out there and how rare they seem to be.
Yeah.
It's been the weirdest part about working like an ordinary job in an ordinary place with ordinary people.
Yeah.
Is that there's just so much pretense. But I don't know.
so much.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Everyone's like fake as fuck. But that's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of these people have a lot of potential.
So
but
do
just
I.
in the bandwagon of feeling the social pressure or like the need to stand up to something.
That's the weird thing.
It's
The
like they
fake
just
shit
buckle
is
to it,
fake
bro.
as fuck.
Yeah.
The fake shit is being fake.
Yeah.
They're being fake with the fake shit, and it does my head in.
It's not even real fake
Yeah,
shit.
It's like, what is this virtue signaling? I am a fucking better being than you bullshit that is just going around like people fucking putting themselves on this weird moral pedestal to try and stand up for an ideology that really has no fucking significance in day-to-day life.
None at all. Has no like actual tie to these people's lives
or worth.
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah, true. Actually,
it's like it might
It's
not
all
even
like-
affect them in a real way, but they think at least it makes my image look good or it does something for my persona. But it's like, no.
But I think for a lot of these people, the ones that there's. Sure, there'd be people out there doing it for ego and like feeding that and doing it for the image thing. But I think for a lot of these people, it's just like a physical reaction to the social pressure of needing to like abide by the social rules and norms. And it's like if they step out of that, they're like, "Oh fuck, my position, it's ruined."
Partly that, and also partly just this like, I'm a big conspiracy theorist, as you know, and it's sort of like this special agent effect that's just like
can you explain that?
Yeah,
that sounds fucking hilarious.
Like people just regurgitate information that they've heard based off of what they've heard, and like you say the word conspiracy theory when talking about a subject and it basically negates it. It's like it's a conspiracy theory or COVID or whatever it might be. Like COVID, if you fucking have followed me over the last couple of years, COVID was just a scam. We all got fucking rorted.
Proper rorted.
Yeah, proper rorted.
Whacked up with some random research cam.
The bullshit that just came out of some humans of just like, trust the science, fucking getting angry and proper worked up over it. And then it's like 6 months later, it's like, oh yeah, that science wasn't actually true.
That was a bunch of
that
poppycock.
that was a lie, by the way.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can't fought for it with your lives.
Literally, and that's one thing that surprised me during the whole COVID thing was the fact that they managed so effectively to make the community fight against and police itself.
That was the wildest thing, is that everyone turned against each other.
Yeah.
I remember I was living on Punt Road, fucking just on the other side of the Yarra River, and
You said Melbourne for anyone listening.
In
that doesn't know
Melbourne, yeah, and there was a homeless person. This lady was doing it tough on the streets, and not to fucking boost my own ego, but I was giving her some money. I was standing there. I was just having a chat to her.
For drugs, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was trying to get drugs off this lady. No, I gave her $5 and I was just sitting there having a chat to her for a little bit. And this guy gets out of his BMW with his mask on and fucking scoffs at us, looks at us with his judging fucking mentality and said, "Where are your fucking masks at?" Fucking rah, rah. And I actually snapped. I got this shit so hard and I was like, "You virtue signaling fuck, sitting there pretending to give a fuck about people, like the community's health."
Yeah.
And you're getting out of a BMW walking past a homeless lady and
Yeah.
not offering to help her any food. And you're worried about the COVID that she might have spread.
Yeah.
So I think she's got bigger things to worry about. You fucking
She doesn't. She doesn't.
not
I can
at all.
assure you. COVID was the pinnacle.
Got to worry about getting the cold.
Yeah, it killed everyone. yeah. To be fair, the homeless might.
Does anyone remember week 1 of COVID when cunts were dropping dead in China all over the streets and they were putting cunts in body bags and then like...
That was a thing. There was like so much
that
media.
got forgot about very quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fucking disappeared real
It was
quick.
crazy. And then like all the footage of them like locking people in their fucking homes and shit and like welding the doors shut.
Yeah,
and-
bro.
Yeah, it was all this fear mongering that went
Yeah.
on. And then everyone just brought it, dude, to the point where they were ransacking people for toilet paper. Like, it's crazy.
Bro, I racked some toilet paper from Macca's. I
racked all my toilet paper. There was heaps of, like, not heaps, but fuck, where would it have been? I don't know, but there was some cafe that I went to or some shop somewhere, and they had dozen big rolls of toilet paper in there. I was like, yeah, that's definitely mine.
You know those big fuck off rolls at Macca's?
Yeah, I was on the same tip.
I got one of those big cunts. That was good.
Like the holder and all. Just
Yeah,
rip it off the
just
wall.
yanked, or
walk
like
out.
the little, like hard cardboard bit.
Yeah.
Inside it comes with it.
Little added bonus. That comes
It was
with
fucking good, mate. It
Yeah.
was fucking good.
Oh, it
Get
would
more
have
than
been
what-
shit without it. The whole thing would have just fallen to bits.
Mate, it was disastrous.
Imagine a roll of toilet paper without the roll.
Fuck.
Rollless paper.
That's a big ball of paper.
Yeah,
That.
isn't it?
But yeah, I feel like the last 6-7 years have brought out a fucking weird side of humanity. People are more nervous, more anxious, more shy, don't know how to communicate, stand up for themselves, like on an individual basis, but especially in a public forum, people have gone weird.
People have gone weird, and I reckon it's for the best.
I don't.
I reckon it's shaking it up. No, I mean, neither do I. Yeah, it's a strange time to be alive. The fact that you can't communicate with human beings on some like baseline level. You know, there's not really room for common ground. It's like it seems to be most conversations are people pleasing. And then you leave that conversation and that person just moves on to people pleasing the next person that comes along. And that seems to be a vast majority of human beings.
It's massive, yeah. I quite like disagreeing with people. I quite like a debate or like, yeah, I'll get that fucking closer to my mouth.
Just Joe Rogan him.
Just Joe Rogan.
Just into the mic, mate.
But it's true though. Like I like having differing opinions, and especially when it's articulated by someone who might be able to change mine. Like someone who can make a great point from the opposite perspective and make me think, fuck, have I been thinking the wrong thing this whole time? Like, but now it's this weird, like, you kind of pick your hill and you die on it, and you have to stay with your team, and it's really, really weird. It's hard to find friend groups of people that are like culminating of a melting pot of different personalities and opinions, and especially like when it gets political.
Yeah.
People can't hack that anymore.
No, they can't. Man, I really didn't realise that, and I'm sorry to go harp on to fucking working at Officeworks, but I didn't realise how
woke.
Just how prominent that idea actually was until I started that job and just like spent, because I hadn't really been in an environment where I had to spend a lot of time around like the normal day-to-day human beings since like school, really. Every other time I've been around a lot of creative people, and I feel like naturally, although maybe they do nurture a lot of this lefty wokeness, still more open-minded 100%. About it. Whereas leaving that, it's like the people that don't even seem to back the ideology. They're just like, oh, this is what we have to believe, so I'm believing it. 100%. Really weird.
100%. Yeah. All of that shit, I don't know if we cut this out or not, but all that shit that kicked off at work, there were certain people, I don't know how to navigate this, but there were certain people that probably could have been offended if they wanted to be.
Yeah.
There's one in particular, and it seemed like the whole group of them were doing it because they felt like it was the morally right thing to do.
Yeah.
It wasn't because they genuinely believed that.
Yeah.
Actually, for the most part, I would say majority of them didn't believe that. They actually just carried on with the circus.
Yeah. And I also think none of them put it in context whatsoever. I know for a fact the person who had a right to be offended by it, I guess I'm going to say that loosely, thought it came from a place of hatred.
Yeah.
Or like me saying faggot
Exactly.
meant that I have a problem with people that are gay.
Yeah.
But I don't draw a connection between those two things whatsoever.
Neither do I.
You know?
It's weird how quickly people forgot about 2010.
Yeah. Well, it's just even if that wasn't a thing, just how little people have the ability to just put anything into perspective. Context
is
at all
huge.
Yeah.
No context doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You said a word.
And it's these power words, you know, that are just like instant no, instant you're Satan, instant not allowed, instant hurt feelings. It's like why are we feeding this?
Yeah.
What are we actually getting out of feeding these words. And like, sure, there's groups of people that were affected by these words, and they were used in a hateful way or a derogatory way for a very long time. But I don't think the solution to that is we can't say the word. Because that just seems to be amplifying the word's ability to be effective.
It does, bro. It's like Voldemort.
Yeah.
Literally. He who shall not be named. Yeah. It's people are fucking scared of a word, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not even the meaning of the word. It's the word itself.
Yeah, literally the word itself.
The fucking catalyst for fear.
Yeah, just the sounds. Yeah.
It's just like,
yeah. And it does seem to be a fearful thing. And I just don't know if moving in fear...
It's never a good idea.
Nah, it seems scuffed. But yeah. And yeah, it's a funny one. But also, in saying that, when you want to tread the line and be some sort of, I don't know, get some weird social point across by using words like faggot, one needs to understand that that's going to come with repercussions and
100%.
backlash. And you can't just be like, oh, this is not fair. I've never seen any of this. This is unjustified. It's like, well, no, there's actually the lay of the land.
Yeah.
And I'm fully aware that through doing these things, I'm upsetting the lay of the land.
Yeah.
And that's going to come with repercussions. And if I care about, and like some of it's just for entertainment, but some of it's actually because I feel like the world needs to just hear the shit to get the fuck over it. You know?
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. I think that the skin has gotten much thinner over the last 10 years.
Yeah, everyone's a bunch of pansies.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that people should actively be going out trying to be offensive, but you should not let words dictate your mood ever. Like, ever.
Yeah.
In any fucking sense. Unless it's a personal attack on you specifically from someone you care about.
Someone's wearing you down in a real personal
exactly,
way.
Words might hurt, fair enough. But like a generalized insult word, grow up.
That's the thing, is you saying grow up would offend some people.
Good.
You know? It's like, how are adults at the stage where they can't be told to grow up?
Be offended.
Yeah.
That's my perspective. And I feel like the tide has shifted. I feel like we're moving back towards...
I think you're right.
Back towards...
I think you're right.
Not only like a more chill, broad sense of humor across the community, but I think just like people have realised, okay, yeah, this whole political correctness thing isn't exactly like what we thought we were doing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just turning the world real numb and boring. And
but that's the problem with ideals, man, is like we can march for as long as we like towards this happy sounding idea that's good for everybody and fabricate metrics that make it sound like we're progressing towards that goal till the cows come home, till the world fucking burns. And in this little echo chamber of information that's, again, built on fabricated metrics, it's so easy to be like, yeah, wicked, we're doing a good thing and we should promote everyone to do the good thing, and anyone that's not doing this is evil.
Yeah.
Oh, the bad, dehumanized people. And that's just like, it's the ability for that to like just brainwash people, essentially, for lack of a better term, is terrifying.
It is.
It's,
Do you know when this shit starts popping up historically?
Oh, yes.
Just before the fucking collapse of civilization.
Literally, yeah.
Just before we decide to really throw shit down the drain.
Yeah.
That's when we start worrying about identity politics in the group instead of fucking people on an individual basis and people actually acting as good human beings.
And we're just like, and being so detached from what is real. You know, like... I certainly don't. A lot of people want to live in a world that is perfect.
Yeah.
And judge the world based off like this fucking the perfect situation.
Yeah.
And it's like, if it's not perfect, it's evil.
Yeah.
And that's just not real.
It never has been.
No,
it
never.
was never
like,
promised to us, and it was never supposed to be. And
reality's grim.
I think we all get caught up in that to an extent. We all feel sorry for ourselves. We all kind of have these moments of, why is this being so unfair? But look at nature. Look at the fucking...
It's terrible.
Animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Like...
Not a good time.
No, we're doing pretty good right now.
Like, we're smashing it.
We're
smashing. We're just so fucking ungrateful.
Compared to the last 5,000 years, it's a pretty decent time to be alive.
This is a 10 out of 10 wicket. But I guess we're we're going to burn it all down.
Yeah.
Because we can't be grateful for what we've got.
Yeah.
If we keep going the way we're going anyway.
We either need to backtrack a bit
Delulu
and
land.
fucking go through a bit of hardship and fucking have a little bit of real shit to complain about. Or we're just going to run out of shit, start faffing around. Yeah, it's a wild time. Even the trades industry, like we've lost like 25% of the people who are actually in active trades. No one wants to work anymore. Everyone wants to fucking do the get-rich-quick scheme. Everyone wants to live the easy, happy life. It's all instant gratification now. And on an individual basis, I can understand it, people chasing that. But on a population basis, if there's no one building shit, no one actually doing the things, and we're all trying to be the fucking main character, it doesn't last very long.
But I don't even know if I see that many people that are chasing the success, the grind.
Neither do I.
It's just like cunts that want to do fuck all.
They're just idealizing it. They're just like visualizing it and like, this would be perfect, but no one wants to put the work in.
Yeah.
No one wants to actually do the thing that it takes to get there.
Yeah. Because it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
I've been trying recently. It's not easy.
No, me too. And it's supposed to be hard. That's the whole thing. That's the fucking big tick, and that's the sense of pride that people get, and that's why they share that pride amongst people at an elite level, is because they know how fucking hard it was to get there. And it's like, all right, you've made it through the grind, you've fucking done X, Y, and Z, and probably had to jump over 100 hurdles on the way, but you still made it here. Respect. Tip of the hat to that. You take out the grind, and it's like, well, what am I fucking respecting? What am I tipping my hat to? You know? If you just got money all of a sudden, it's not very impressive, unfortunately.
No, it's not. And I think
that's what everyone wants.
The grind is the thing that brings purpose as well.
Me too.
The hard work and just the feedback from that, I think, is what generates purpose. Not the having things. It's not the fucking, I can do what I want. Yeah. It's actually the, I'm stuck here doing this really hard thing is the bit that our brain's like, give me more of that.
Yeah.
Satisfied.
Especially seeing yourself progress at something that is difficult. Seeing yourself get better at a new skill that is fucking hard to attain. There's not another feeling like that. For men, anyway. I can't speak for women, but I know that men intrinsically gain value from developing their skill set and becoming a more well-polished, well-rounded man.
I'd hazard a guess women would have to be the same.
I would too.
To still, maybe they might be skewed towards different things they want to get good at, like cooking and cleaning, but...
oh, shit. Cancelled.
I'm joking. No, maybe they might be skewed towards like different types of things that they want to invest their time into. But I think still seeing themselves progress at difficult tasks, they'd be like, fuck yeah, that was a mad blowy.
Yeah. Purpose.
Joking again.
Purpose, though. It's even though it's a joke, it's like if people can find purpose and utility in themselves as a being, I think that there's only positive that can come from that. Whereas if you're just like cruising and coasting and fucking somehow blending in, not really arguing with anyone, you're just kind of coasting along with whatever the political opinion of the day is and doing just enough work to pay your bills and get by. It's what is there to fucking talk about? What is there to look back on and go, fucking remember this? Remember the fucking easy times that we had when when shit was going perfect? like what? I don't understand the journey. And as I said, we all get caught up in that. We all feel sorry for ourselves. We all throw pity parties. But the only things I can ever look back on with pride and like feel like was actually worthwhile grind was shit that was hard, came out the other end and got some sort of benefit of it, whether it's a new skill I'd attained, something monetary that I'd fucking reached, or like some sort of actual measurable thing that I could say, okay, this is what happened as a result of X, Y, and Z. And yeah, we're all caught up in this cruisy coasting culture, which is fucking
cruisy
weird.
Coasting culture.
Alliteration for you.
That's some good alliteration.
Motherfuckers.
A cruisy coasting culture.
Cruisy coasting culture.
The KKK, like.
That's us. That's the world we live in.
Absolutely kicking back with the KKK. That's where we're at.
Absolutely.
Yeah, funny times. Funny
Wild
times
time.
indeed. There's a lot of positives though.
Yeah. There are.
There's heaps of positives. There's so much cool shit we can do as humans at the moment. And there's like, I don't know, with all this new information and this new, even with this new ideology that is running around the world, like most of it's good.
Yeah.
You know, and it's all based in good. And again, that's fucking lovely. And I think that's the most dangerous part about it. But it's lovely. And I think it is pushing people to be better people. You know, even... I'm sure we've all heard plenty of stories of 80-year-old men that are like, oh, no, actually, the gays are all right.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all right in my books that back in the day probably would have called them all faggots and just been shit to them.
Spot on.
You know, and it's pushing people to be better people. And that's fucking dope. And I think we need that because that's how we've gone from being fucked and being no different than the level of brutality that is nature to where we're at now is by moving further away from it. But
100%. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of benefit there. I just don't think we should get lost in the fucking source of it.
Neither. Yeah. This whole like endless chase of like improving whatever the fuck the definition of civilization is a bit weird. It's a bit strange. I mean, I understand it to an extent. But we are animals at the end of the day, and I feel like it's weird to try and delete all your animalistic instincts.
I don't think it leads... No, yeah, I think you're right, man. I have a funny feeling that they would just manifest in weird, strange ways.
I agree.
You know?
At the extremes, too.
Yeah.
I feel like the weirdest and, like, most fucking dangerous, psycho, cooked even, just weird people would... That would just extrapolate. Like, that would just become worse. And at the other end, I feel like it just sort of numbs out. I don't feel like there's any, like, major benefit. Other than, like, less people get offended. like on a day-to-day basis, people feel more comfortable. Which
isn't necessarily true. Like, sure, this group of people that are outspoken about being offended by these things are less offended. But... there's now another group of people that are offended because they actually like daily scrutinized and punished for just being themselves. Yeah. Like there was a while there where it was like white men.
Yeah, toxic masculinity.
Were hated. Like men, like masculinity. And I guess it still is a thing. It certainly doesn't seem as prevalent as it was.
Yeah. It seems to be dying down with all of the woke shit, really.
Yeah. But it's like, it's just so, you know, that's been my main rife with the whole thing, especially with everything that went on at work, and just it made me realise that these people don't even stick to their own ideology.
True.
It's because the ideology is, oh, we should care for people and not upset them or hurt their feelings. But if you say the wrong thing, I'm going to demonise you. And hurt your feelings and make you feel ostracized and shit. And it's like, how does that make any sense? Would the solution not be to confront that person and be like, oh, you did this thing and I don't know if it's a really good idea. Can we have a conversation about it?
Yeah.
But I understand you're a human and you do things and we can come to common ground. That seems like the solution that would fit in the ideology, right?
Well, it seems like the only logical way to fucking come to a conclusion because you've got nuance and you've got someone on the other perspective making their argument at the same time. That's the whole point of like left versus right and fucking conservatives versus liberals or whatever it might be is like people arguing from different points. They might yank too far in the other direction sometimes, but that's what the other side's there for, is to keep them in check. And once we just mute one side and start fucking pulling towards the other, it just becomes very dominant the other way.
It does. And like I have seen very intelligent people.
Me too.
That are brainwashed and like say the most retarded shit. Like, yeah, the other day I had a friend of mine who's a highly intelligent, one of the smartest people I know, who said that they reckon it's fine that trans people should compete in sports.
Yeah.
And like this person's,
I know.
It's crazy, man.
It's wild.
That this has gone, it's ran so deep and they're so interested in, I don't even know. It seems like a lot of these people are so interested in like demonizing the enemy that's been put into their scope from who knows where, that they will just throw common sense out the window to achieve that goal or keep that narrative intact.
While absolutely like fucking demolishing another group of people. It's like you're sticking up for trans rights, don't get me wrong, but you are absolutely stomping on women's rights while you're doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, let's get these fucking competitive male swimmers who have been competing against males their whole fucking life and doing pretty well in the category, not be able to hack it and go, fuck it, I'm going to verse chicks instead. And everyone's going...
Yeah.
Because they've decided now that they're female. So that makes their times and their fucking... everything that they're doing in front of the camera more impressive. When, to me... So that's a fucking scumbag. It's like...
Hella, dude. Like, if you went and competed in a fucking, under 14s netball team tomorrow and you won and you're like, yeah, I fucking smoked them little bitches, I'd be like, what is wrong with you, cunt? You know?
Exactly.
It would be the weirdest thing in the world.
Makes no sense. And it's definitely nothing to be fucking proud of.
Literally. But, and we can make this ridiculous point and then they would be like, oh, but that's not at all the same. That's not the same thing. It's like, I fucking don't know if it's that different.
Yeah. I don't want to get too lost in the sauce in this one because it's cooked, bro. It's actually retarded.
Yeah, it is retarded.
This is a real thing that happened. Fucking male went and broke all the female swimming records and people were just like, oh, fucking... It's a chick now.
Yeah. But he identifies as a her. He's a she, though.
Yeah.
It's like, it's weird.
Yeah.
You
People
know?
fucking get lost on this too when I talk about this shit. They think I'm homophobic or whatever. I got a lesbian sister and a bisexual sister, by the way. They're both a bit retarded. I love yous. But
yeah, I mean, that's a good point, though, because I fucking... It's a weird one, man. Like, why does this have to mean hate? Why does having the conversation on the other side have to mean... But no, it doesn't. You're right. But for a lot of people, that is the narrative. I reckon people should be allowed to do whatever the fuck they want. And I don't reckon they should be demonized in any sense, as long as they're not, like, harming other people.
Yeah.
And I feel like letting men go and demolish people in a sport that they've poured their heart and soul into is hurting them.
Bro, yeah. Let's not just fucking forget about the fact that that's swimming we're talking about. There's boxers that have been doing this shit.
Yeah.
Like, what, cunt?
Yeah.
Do you know how, like, disgusting it is seen still, as this woke society that we live in, for blokes to beat females physically in a fight? It's disgusting. It's still seen as that way.
Yeah.
And I fucking wholeheartedly agree. But as soon as you chuck some gloves on and decide that your title is female...
I identify as different now, so I can do that. It's like, how does that make it okay?
Yeah. What fucking... where the fuck does the logic come into that? It doesn't. It makes no sense whatsoever. No sense. And... all I can hope is that someone living in this fucking ideology and this brainwashed bullshit hears this and just fucking starts making some sense of it.
I just think it's gonna take people from the other side of the aisle making good arguments for why this has just gone too far and it's all busted and broken.
Well, that's why I think it's swinging back the other way, because
it's
the only side making a good argument.
Yeah, well, and I think that's because people are fed up. I mean, for a long time, there was only one side saying really anything, unless they were like, people were fucking tapped.
Yeah.
And they were saying the wildest shit in return. And it was just like, of course it's easy to make that look good when the only thing responding to it is fucking Alex Jones.
Yeah.
And it's like, sure, maybe he might make some good points, but he sounds fucking tapped 24/7, dude.
Exactly. Why do you think Andrew Tate blew up?
Yeah.
Like, why do you think... It's actually because of you woke cunts.
Like, you set the climate.
Yeah, literally. Like, that is 100% why. Because, like, you demonize males and masculinity fucking at that in general. Of course some bloke that's coming out just being an egotistical male and just arguing for the male side is going to gain popularity.
Yeah, heaps. Oh, man. If the climate wasn't as bad as it was, then maybe Jordan Peterson would have been enough.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
To get everything back on track.
Yeah,
but it wasn't, so we blew past that.
Wasn't enough.
And then it took Andrew Tate, which I'm sure at this point everyone would have much preferred Jordan Peterson.
I think so. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of people who think he's a Nazi. He thinks he's basically Hitler.
I thought that's why we liked him. Free Kanye.
So that's called not taking life so seriously, ladies and gentlemen. You can laugh at things that you find offensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. And Jordan Peterson's a goat.
He's the Don.
Big ups.
He's helped me heaps. Reading his fucking book, 12 Rules for Life. Yeah. I've only read 2 chapters of it. It still helped me immensely.
Who needs 12?
Fucking 2 was plenty. But yeah, just the way he breaks things down and articulates things again in a really raw, really honest way. It's not a pretty read. It's not nice to look at the brutal way that he puts forth reality. But yeah, he gets demonized. And, in the second chapter, he talks a lot about, for most of the book, he's talking about men and humans in general, I guess. But it's a lot skewed towards, how men operate and things that will help men, really. Yeah. It seems that way. And he says a few things along the way about how women operate as well. And for that, he is Satan.
Yeah.
Because we cannot speak about the wrongdoing of women because they do no wrong.
Yeah.
Which just is so dumb. Everyone is capable of doing fucked up shit and being manipulative and being toxic.
Yeah.
To say that men are toxic by nature and women are divine by nature is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It makes zero sense.
And it's not like fucking Jordan Peterson's ever just going out on a limb based off how he emotionally feels. He's usually backed it up with some fucking studies and data. Yeah. And it's usually lots of it. And it's like, well, he's got a fucking point here. And people still try to argue the point when he's got all the evidence there for his argument to make his case for him. Yeah, it's a real interesting one. I like watching debates, though. Wokies versus fucking very right-leaning conservatives.
It is an interesting... I used to fucking love that shit. Well, actually, to be fair, I still do. I used to love it in for different reasons and to different levels. Yeah. I used to like the really basic ones that are just fucking A versus B, simple point versus simple point. Yeah. Because I guess I just wasn't mature enough or didn't, probably wasn't mature enough to understand the points on any deeper level.
Yeah.
But now I would rather hear 2 people actually debate either side of a philosophy.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's just a lot more interesting. And it's so that's where that side, that's their premise. That's the idea behind it.
Yeah.
And this is the idea behind this side. And what actually works between the two. Rather than just being you're fucked because you believe this thing. Yeah. Nah, mate, you're cooked because you believe the opposite.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if that's really a solution or gonna fucking get us anywhere,
No, I agree. Do you know Stephen Fry?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a G.
The chip guy.
Yeah, he's a G.
Yeah, the inventor of the French fry.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, his grandfather was.
But yeah, he's very left-leaning and...
But he articulates himself really well.
And he makes sense. He makes proper arguments for his points. It's fuck, I didn't even think about it like that when I hear him argue his case. It's not just some emotional rant that's just come out of his feelings for the fucking situation, or fucking some even worse, some bullshit that people think that they should be regurgitating because of their moral standing in the group. People actually arguing their points and fucking debating properly. Yeah, it seems to be becoming a bit of a lost art.
Yeah, it's interesting, but yeah. It's a funny one, man. I think you're right, actually. I think it might be becoming a bit of a lost art. And, yeah, I think my faith in humanity has dropped a little bit.
Mine has.
I think is why I'm more concerned and have, I guess, more faith in myself. Not because I'm I'm better, but because I want to be better.
Yeah.
But because I want to put the effort in because I'm, terrified of ending up in the swath of what is at the moment.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah, I think that the world we decide to concern ourselves with and the amount of shit we decide to stress over that brings us no value when we could be focusing on a small, specific focus area to improve our lives. It's cooked. Why, since when in fucking human history has 7 billion people been so concerned about 7 billion people? It's never been the case. Everyone's been worried about their own community and worried about what's going on around them. Now we're on this weird global scale of just like these atrocities that are happening every day and like what's happening on a political scale in this country and this country and this country. And we've got to take in all of this data that really has no impact on us and somehow weave it into how we fucking approach life on a day-to-day basis. When it's like, if that never got brought up, we would have been completely fine doing the fucking things that we were doing. And it's just weird. I don't think humans are meant for this many... They're not even called relationships. But, like, we're not meant to, like... Connections, whatever it might be. You can only actually hold about 150 relationships. So you've only got enough time in any given day and, like, year to actually sustain relationships. And they're not that deep, but with 150 people is the estimate. So you might have 50 people that you could consider friends or closer than acquaintances. And then, like, maybe another 100 acquaintances. Yeah. After that, your brain starts fucking dropping people out to make room for new. And, like, why the fuck are we worried about what's going on in Sweden, in Australia? There's 26 million cunts here, which is millions. It's, like, hundreds of thousands times more than what we can actually comprehend even trying to handle as relationships as a person. And we're thinking outside of that. It makes no sense to me.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. I think in some regard there's certain things that are easy to get caught up in. Like I got so caught in the like US politics trap because it seems like that has some impact on my life. Because of the fact it genuinely has potential to have impact on my life. So it just makes it so easy to fall into the trap of like consuming this shit and regurgitating this shit and caring about this shit that is inconsequential in any like pragmatic sense to my life. Yeah. You know, the only reason it might matter is because of some doomsday clock in which I have no control over. Yeah. So what's the fucking point anyway? Exactly. But I certainly still got very trapped in the cycle of it all. And
if there's any country, it's the US that does it to us.
Well, yeah, I guess. I also find China to have the same sort of effect. Yeah, right. I think it's like this weird superpower effect, you know? When something seems like it could be the most in control thing in the world. Yeah. It's like, well, I guess that's going to dictate how the world's going to move and flow.
That makes sense.
So it seems like that's worth paying attention to. Yeah. But I really think that's just an illusion. Yeah. You know, that's just like maybe
like, not, maybe not though. Maybe worth paying attention to. Maybe that is true. But, like, worth fucking picking apart and taking inspiration from, like, maybe not, you know? There might be lessons to be learned or, like, different things that we can take away, but, yeah, we're so fucking influenced by the rest of the world.
And it's all just negative content, right?
So much of it.
Like, and I think that's largely a lot of the problem with it is it's just more negative shit to consume. Yeah. And there's no need for more negative shit to consume. If I don't consume any at all, my brain will happily make up enough of its own. Yeah. You know? And I also wonder if maybe that's part of why I was so, like, fixated and why now I've cut that out. I'm now getting a bit fucking fed up and a bit cranky. Yeah. Because my brain doesn't have its, like, negative shit. You know? It's got to focus on something else. Yeah. And now it's just, like, cracking the shits with stuff. But it's good that now that's at least my own life. Yeah. And that radar is doing what it's meant to do. Yeah. Like it's analysing my life and the things that I'm not happy with so I can be like, I want to do something about that. Yeah. And it's encouraging me and putting a bit of fucking fire in me to actually do something about it.
Motivates you to actually get shit done.
Whereas before I would just numb out by like feeding that thing, that radar, that void, whatever the fuck it is that makes us attracted to that. Yeah. I was just feeding it with nonsense. Yeah. That it is inconsequential.
So many people are.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking wacky.
It is pretty wacky
shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm glad I got fucking art.
Me too.
To keep me sane.
Yeah, me too. As much as I've fucking hated my art the last couple of months, I'm glad I've got it.
Though.
I'm glad I've got it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. Writing poetry is actually, you should give it a go. It's the most fucking freeing shit because you're not stuck to anything. I've been practicing a lot of poetry writing lately, and I think some of it's, I at least like the way I'm able to get the point across and the creative, what's the word? Abstract way that I can say things really potently. It's really pungent listening to some of this shit back and be like, fucking hell. Yeah, it's like, it hits on a more visceral level than having all the nice sounds and the kick and the snare behind it. There's really, whilst adding to the musicality and adding to the easygoing entertainment, is detracting from what's being said. And that's been so fun, man. This 3D animation thing I've been doing, crazy shit. The most engaging thing I've ever done in my life. It's still too soon to tell if this is just some fucking manic ADHD phase, or if it really is what I think it might be.
Yeah.
But it certainly feels like it's, it's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to put all my effort into learning it properly, and I'm going to fucking make something of myself by doing it. Pretty sure.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
that's the thing. But
it's
yeah,
inspiring.
Poetry, lad.
Poetry is dope. I used to write more poetry than I do. It's a cool way of writing, actually. It's very free-flowing, not as many rules restricting you. And yeah, you can really just focus on what message you want to get across rather than how the song sounds or the fucking instruments that are going along with it. You just really, it's all about the message.
Yeah, it is. It is. And there's so many messages that are worth saying, and B, it's kind of like when I make a beat, particularly from an emotional state, because I want to get some sort of emotion out. It's cool to sit there and have that emotion flow back into me through my ear holes, and I can just sit with that thing and a representation of how I feel. And then I find with writing these poems, it's like the point is smacking me in the face again and again and again. And it's like I'm sitting with me saying the point to myself. And it just gets to the point where, listening back to it, it actually hits. Almost as if someone, like, to the level that it would if someone else said it to me. And there's something pretty unique about that, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't think you get that with the writing songs in the same sense. Maybe just during the writing phase, especially if you're breaking your lyrics down without listening to the beat, but that's essentially just poetry.
Yeah, essentially it is.
Yeah.
That's all pretty interesting.
It is.
Life. What's the difference between an orange?
A-N.
A-N? A-N. This is bananas.
O-R-A-N-G-E. The difference between an orange. In two senses it makes sense. In the rest it doesn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying and shit?
No idea, actually.
Yeah, neither.
I got lost at the start of that.
But, yeah, we went pretty political. We deep dive political.
Yeah, we did. We went in.
We did be doing that.
We went in. I'm not sorry.
That's been unbottled.
I said, that has been unbottled, lad. Oh, that's hectic, man.
Cop that.
Yeah, what else has been going on?
Life, adult shit. I'm trying to do adult shit.
Yeah. What sparked all that?
There's always been a bit of a internal sort of yearning for it to sort of just get my shit together.
Of course, but what actually made it happen?
Well, yeah, I guess I've been kicking myself for quite some time. But yeah, I would probably say the girl that I'm talking to. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. She's, brought the most out of me. Brought the best out of me. And, yeah, in a really cool way. Not in a sense of where I feel like I'm doing all of this against my will. Yeah.
Not held hostage.
Yeah, nah.
Ransom with a gun in a shed.
Get
your fucking license.
I've been there, though. Like, I've been in relationships where it's just like, fucking, I don't like you smoking weed. Fucking rah, rah. And it's sort of like, I'm being okay. All right, I'm being guilted out of it. Like I'm not gonna do it, but like I still kind of want to. So it's like this immature like argument of just like, well, fucking why can't I? And like it builds this weird. I don't want to say resentment, but like resent towards the other person of just like you're turning me into this person that I don't want to be to fit your fucking thing, and I'm just trying to fit into that box. Whereas like, yeah, this girl has inspired me based off of her own personal attributes and habits and lifestyle in general. But has also just made me want to, like, see what the idealistic version of myself is. And just to see, like, yeah, if I can get to that proper point, start embarking on this journey of what a man is, and make some decent progress on that. Just to see where I end up. And, like, there's a big part of me that is, like, yeah, I want to see where this relationship goes. But there's also just a part of me that's like, well, you're never really going to know where it could go unless you do the thing. Because one, there's like a couple of different alternatives. One, maybe she settles and decides she loves me for the fucking lazy shit cunt that I am. That's not exactly ideal. One, I'm not living up to my potential, and two, she's settled. Then there's we go on our own separate journeys, and however the fuck long it takes me to go through this fucking get motivation for each step and do the thing. Got my license, passport, finance for a car, fucking changing jobs, doing a whole bunch of different things. Fuck, who knows how long that would have taken me if I didn't have a real reason to do it. And then, third option is not doing the thing.
The worst of the three options.
First, probably going to lose attraction from the person just for being a subpar human in comparison to your potential. It's not very attractive for me either. I wouldn't be attracted to a female doing that. But yeah, then who knows? We part ways. I have no motivation based off of this beautiful person that I really admire. I just end up picking up my worst traits and habits and being okay with that and settling with that. And then never seeing what's on the other side. So it's like, let's at least fucking see what's on the other side. See if this is actually going to work. Because who knows? We're a funny pair. It's not a pair that you'd fucking pick from a mile away, but like, yeah, I wouldn't swap who I've been spending my last 12 months with for anyone.
It certainly seems from an outside perspective that it functions quite well, whilst, yeah, definitely being a non, what's the word? Like, yeah, like an that's hard to say, an unordinary, is that how you say it? Matchup, yeah. Yeah, unordinary.
And that, is definitely the case. And like, yeah, it goes deeper than that. It goes like morally, principles, values, whatever, bunch of different things. Physical attraction, bunch of different things. But
yeah, the hat.
The hat. If you know, you know. If you don't, fuck off.
Yeah, it's a funny one, man. I really think that's one of the biggest superpowers that women have is the ability to motivate men to not be fucking losers. And I'm not saying that women are just there to make men better, but it's certainly something that they're very fucking good at. When they behave in, when they engage in relationships, in a healthy manner. That seems to be a byproduct. Yeah. Is that men just they're just like, oh, fuck, I need to get my shit together because she's awesome.
Well, yeah. And I mean, like, why not? Like, why would it not be the case when I can't figure out any other... Like, I've tried. I've sat for fucking long periods of time, trying to figure out what the fuck purpose is or what this meaning of life is. And the main thing really seems to be either legacy in terms of building something to be remembered by, or just extending your fucking bloodline, which is where you're going to be remembered by. And if you're going to do that, you want to do it properly. You don't want to do it with a scumbag. You don't want to do it with a shit human.
Nah, like literally, man. That's what I'm. Yeah, I couldn't. That's why, like, regardless of how fucking lonely I might have been feeling of late, I'm still even actively trying to cut off the one bit of that attention that I have been getting.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Well, no, I cannot settle for something that's not premium.
Yeah.
Because for that exact reason,
Yeah.
like, I couldn't think of anything more terrifying than fucking marching down the wrong road with someone that's just toxic as.
Yeah.
That just wants to ruin everybody's enjoyment
Yeah.
in the experience. That sounds terrible.
It does sound terrible, and unfortunately there's lots of people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. A pretty large percentage. I don't know what the fuck that is. But for someone who, like, genuinely wants to see you at your best, and, like, someone who enjoys just your presence, nothing more, doesn't want anything specific out of it, and genuinely is cheering you on, like, wants to see you do well, and has, like, you know, their own fucking shit together in some sense. It's hard to fucking find. It's really hard to find. And
it sounds fucking amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. In a lot of ways. And, like, we find our own ways to be uncertain about things, and we find our own ways to let doubts creep in. And, like, fucking, we have our own. I'm sure she's got her own. I've got my own. Like, we're very different people. We're really very, very different cloth, that's people. For sure. And that's one of the biggest things.
Both tiny, though.
But it's one of the biggest things that I admire about her. And, like, she's really not cut from this 21st century bullshit cloth.
Yeah.
Which I'm even sort of cut from, you know? Like, I play in the game, at least. Like, I fucking mingle within it. She just really has separated herself from the bubble. And I fucking really admire and respect that. And if I was to, like, raise kids in this world, that's how I would probably prefer them to be raised.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah. She meets probably a lot of, like, moral or just certain type of standings in my brain that I'm probably not even at yet. And that's why I think I find her quite admirable, and why I'm still pursuing this thing even though I don't know where it's going. And it's not like this, like, I'm lost and I'm, like, fucking clinging on to hope. It's just like, no, like, I know that this might not be, like, what we kind of hope it is, and, like, I understand that, and, like, I can understand that if we hit some sort of end where we realise that it's not going to work, that's going to be painful, but, like, there will never be regret. I have no regret for this situation that I've thrown myself in, out of, and then back into.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I did that consciously, on purpose, going, like, this is going to hurt. Fuck it. Let's try. Because, I see the true value in this person, and I would be stupid not to try.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, you would be. That's, yeah, I certainly wouldn't recommend to anybody to, like, miss opportunities in that regard.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, I think, yeah, certainly from my personal experience of late, I can tell you it doesn't feel very good to, like, not put your not give something a chance.
Yeah.
Not find out.
Yeah.
Really. It's like there's so much unanswered questions and uncertainty and fucking self-deprecation, and you're just like, it's a pit of wellow. It's not a good time. So, yeah, definitely, if I could, as someone that's useless in this realm, give any suggestions to anyone that might be, I don't know, tickling a fancy from this conversation, is just fucking do it. Just speak up. Do the crazy thing. Go the extra mile. Just do it. At least then you'll know. And knowing's better than not knowing, because uncertainty sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I would rather fucking get to the end of this and go, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Than sit here going, fuck, man, what if she was the one? Like, I'd much rather go through the thing and the pain that comes with it than the what if.
Yeah. It's a funny one, man, because obviously the situation that I've been through, I'm not going to go too far into, but now I'm just like fucking left constantly, still wondering.
Yeah.
Still wondering of like, fuck, man, what if that was the thing and I've just missed out on it and it's
Yeah.
just gone forever now.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's torture.
Yeah.
It really is torture, cunt.
Would
I
be.
hate it and I hate me for it. Yeah, man, fuck. I kick myself for it so much. And I'm also just a bit fed up with it.
Yeah.
I wish my brain would stop like thinking about this thing and this person and all that goes along with it. Because it's tiring.
Yeah, especially when your brain is the thing that made you like not act in the moment. And now you're
happy with something.
And now your brain's like, and it's like, bruh, fuck off.
Yeah, literally.
You did this to us.
We're in this together, cunt.
Yeah. So yeah, I think to refer back to your question, yeah, she has been probably the main reason. Like, it's not like it hasn't been in progress and like I haven't wanted to start this shit since before I met her. But the fact that she was able to get it out of me and get the ball rolling just speaks to, it's a testament to this person. Yeah, you know who you are. A lot of people do, I guess.
Yeah.
It's been a while. There's a few songs about it.
More to come, I'm sure.
Oh, maybe.
There'll be another love song, another breakup song, another love song.
There is another love song. I don't know if I'm ever going to release it. Let me know.
It'll be out.
Should I release it?
It'll be out. If you've made it this deep, tell him he's a fucking retard not to.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's another weird element of it, is like she's so disconnected from this realm of like just that we live in, especially social media, like just, yeah, I don't know. The last one, putting that out, was like a spin out for her. And then it flipped on its head, so I feel weird doing the opposite, putting it out, and then just like, I don't know, I got this weird like anxiety that it's like, I put it out, and it just flips on its head again, you know?
I feel ya.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, probably if that's an anxiety and a concern and maybe a fear, I would suggest not putting it out right now until it's not.
I'm actually not.
Yeah.
I haven't even told her that. I don't think she like I asked her what she thinks, and she goes, "Yeah, I think you should put it out." But yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, until it feels like it's certain. Until it feels like you certainly should, and if it never feels like that, then fucking don't. Because it is a personal thing, you know.
Yeah, very.
And if that's not something you think you should need to share with the world or
Yeah.
get value out of, or the world will get value out of, then like fucking, man, keep it to yourself.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, that's all part of sort of my own journey, and like also partly just like the image I'm trying to put out, like whatever music I'm trying to make, trying to do certain things. Like I don't want to make fucking love songs all the time. Like that's not the artist I'm trying to be. Sometimes I feel like writing a love song, and that's fine. But like I'm not trying to put out love song after love song and heartbreak song and then like romantic song, and then it's not the catalogue of music I want to make. But every now and then it just fucking is what I'm feeling, and that's what I write. So yeah. There's no reason that needs to get put out every single time. Nah,
you can just, I'm sure there's countless love songs that have been written that were never released. I know Young Tom has got at least one love song that I don't think it's released.
Yeah.
I don't think it ever will be, because that guy doesn't feel emotions, according to anyone outside of his lexicon. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's dope, you know? Having a private expression to that level of depth, because the way a song can move someone is massive.
Yeah.
So if you can personalize that to like a specific person,
Yeah.
you know, there's so many people that just listen to generic love songs because still we get off on it. It's like tickles something in our minds to be like, oh, cared about humans.
Yeah.
Having that like literally personalized to you would be mega, dude.
Yeah.
The craziest. If someone wrote me a love song, I would come immediately. Right?
Yeah. Well, fucking still can't listen to the sad one.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah, of course.
But that's beautiful as well.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's so visceral and like the impact that can have. And I think the reason that's so beautiful is because of how much it signifies the level of care.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was the most honest I've ever been on a track. And yeah, it became my biggest song for obvious reasons. It's like, yeah, it's not hard to see why when I go back and listen to the track. Because I'm like, oh, I can feel something listening to this. Like, this is just what I was feeling at the time. This is some real shit. So yeah, I can see why it's relatable and why people can chuck it in their playlist. Because fucking, yeah, we've all had that moment or feeling of like, yeah, losing the one. Yeah, no, I got pretty lucky in that sense. Of like, I got to drop that song and share that and express that and still keep the person in my life. And yeah, currently just seeing where it goes, seeing where it leads.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
It is.
Shout out you. You?
Yeah, shout out you, the lamb.
Yeah.
My favourite lamb, you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you, we love you.
Fuck yeah.
Damn, you. I'm calling my dog you.
But yeah, that's a trippy one. But yeah, I'm on some trying to be an adult thing.
Yeah, it's been a whole endeavour.
Yeah.
The whole adult thing is it's so fulfilling and so rewarding to like try and actually get better at this shit. But it's it can be frustrating. It can be very frustrating,
To say the least.
but that's like that seems to be the most addictive part about it is the like fucking and then you make the progress and you're like yes, and then you're like again, you know.
Yeah.
And it seems to be that tension that I'm finding myself addicted to, because the yes is only like it's only a relief momentarily, because then the bar raises again, then the horizons are pushed further back out, and pretty quickly the just all comes back again.
Well, yeah, stress is like really a sign that you're about to level up.
Yeah.
Like, in the sense of just like, fucking, I don't understand this thing properly.
Yeah.
Until, yes.
Yeah,
I
until
do.
it clicks.
And that only comes about when you're trying to do something that you aren't that good at yet.
Yeah.
And, you know, we got to go through that annoying fucking emotion to get there.
Yeah.
It's just part of the process.
Yeah, it is. And yeah, I've definitely found myself getting growing quite fond of that annoying emotion over the years. You know,
That's a
it's
good
like
thing.
the pleasure in pain.
Yeah, that's a good thing, especially to be conscious of it in the moment. That's massive. You can fucking go, nah, this is a good thing, and then just wipe it off and keep going. Perfect.
Yeah. It's definitely made me a lot more consistent having that approach to it, and my ability to just keep fucking marching forward. Has increased tremendously, which is good. Very good.
Very good.
Very good. Wicked. So that's good.
That is good.
Good chat.
Good chat.
It was a good time.
It was a good
Very
time.
dope. I wonder how long it's been going for.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
How long do you reckon we're at?
Yeah. Can you tell us?
Yeah.
Tell us in the comments.
An hour and 8 minutes.
An hour and 8 minutes. That seems pretty good to me.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Fuck, we did well. For Unbottled, don't tell me that wasn't recording.
No, that was recording the whole time.
That would have been fucked.
All right, this is us. This is Erik Devine.
Yo.
Unbottled with Brother Pete. And, yeah, anyway, we're out.